Hi, this is Scott Weidenkibowitz from Imagely. Today I want to show you how I recommend for you to set your photographs to be optimized for your website. Now, what I mean by optimized, there's many forms of optimization for images, but what I'm referring to specifically is the file size for your website. Now, there's different image sizes that you can make as far as pixel dimensions go. The biggest that I would recommend you go on your website is 2048 pixels, because that would be optimized for an iPad size or a Surface, let's say, a Microsoft Surface tablet. So you're basically optimizing size-wise at the most to a very common screen size these days, a tablet or like a 13-inch screen or something like that. Now, you could go smaller and you could change your ratio, and you can be very specific about your website design, and also your viewers. If you want to learn more about that, listen to episode number 15 of the WordPress Photography Podcast. That is with Mark Allen from Flow Themes, and we talk a little bit about this and reference additional resources where you can learn more about image sizes pixel-wise. Now, I want to talk about file size as far as kilobytes, megabytes, and things like that. There's many WordPress plugins you could use to optimize the file size, to compress your image for web. There's, I think it's EWWW, Image Optimizer, there's Imagify, there's WP Smush, there's TinyPNG, there's Kraken, there's a whole lot of different ones out there, but they're all WordPress plugins. Some of them are actually SaaS or software as a service systems where you have to pay and then you have an API that runs on your site, like Imagify and WP Smush, I believe, and even EWW's cloud version, and then Kraken, TinyPNG. A lot of them, I would say most of them actually these days, are SaaS style, where you sign up for an account, there's a free level and there's a paid level, and then you have an API that you put in the WordPress plugin settings, and then you can do the optimization, basically running off their servers to yours. And that's not there's no downside to that compared to having it on your own server. Really, there's an advantage because now you're using less resources on your own server. There is a downside, though, with any of these plugins, the fact that it slows down your uploads, because now you have to send it out somewhere or do some sort of compression and then wait for the upload to finish. Instead, this is what I recommend. I recommend using software called JPEGMini Pro. Now, there's different forms of JPEGMini. There is JPEGMini Free, there's Lite, or Standard, just JPEGMini, and then there's JPEGMini Pro. There's a few main differences. The main difference, as far as the difference between the free versus the standard and the pro, is, first of all, the free limits to, I think, 10 compressions at a time or something like that. You're limited to how many you can do in bulk. But then it also limits how big the file can be, the original can be, and what it can compress to. So the free version is extremely limited. The paid version, JPEGMini, has a little bit less limitations. There's no bulk limitations, but the original image size is limited, and the amount of compression it does is limited. Then there's JPEGMini Pro, which is obviously the most expensive version, but it does unlimited of everything. No limit to file size, really, because the file size limit that it has, there's very few cameras that are larger than it out there these days. And then there's two other huge advantages to it, mainly being a Lightroom plugin and now a Photoshop extension. Okay, now I'm going to show you these two and why I recommend this. First of all, I've talked about JPEGMini many times in public. I've written about it, I believe, on the Photography blog. We've written about it on the 7x5 website. Social media, we've talked about it a lot. The JPEGMini team, they're friends of ours. They're fantastic people. They're the best at what they do. In fact, I believe some of the WordPress plugins out there actually use the JPEGMini server for their compression. So it's not something that you would, that I'm just saying use. I'm saying other companies are actually licensing JPEGMini software to do this. So Why not go right to the source? And why not use a plugin for a task that can be done offline? Okay. Now, and when I say this, I mean you could do this in your workflow easily. Check this out. So here I am in Lightroom, and I want to export this file. I'm going to go to Export, and I've got a whole bunch of different presets here. But let's say I want to go to Clients, right? So I want to deliver this to Clients. I have it set up to where it goes. And if I scroll down, I got all of my settings, and then I can go here and add a JPEGMini module. And now it will actually export the image through JPEGMini. That means the image is already being optimized, compressed at its best possible quality through JPEGMini Pro. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And it's in my workflow. I can do this for any preset I want. I can also do this, if I wanted to, in my publishing services. So when I'm sending, for example, to my next-gen gallery, I can go ahead and I can add in the JPEGMini module. And now, when I upload my images to Next-Gen Gallery through the Imagely plugin in Lightroom, through the publishing service, my image is already optimized at the best possible quality. So it's flawless, it's seamless, it's beautiful. It's just integrated so nicely in a workflow that you already have. Now, let's go into Photoshop for a second. In Photoshop, I could go ahead and I could, do file export. Actually, I need to go back to here. I can go, export as or export as PNG. And I can go here and I can export as, and then, pick a JPEG, change my size and whatnot, include my metadata, not include my metadata, whatever I want, and hit export. Now, this is what a lot of people do. This is the common method. And you can go ahead and you can change your quality, size, and whatnot here. But why not make it even easier on yourself and already optimize for web? So instead, part of JPEGMini Pro is the Photoshop extension. Right here, I can say, what I want to export, and it's telling me how much space I'm saving. If I go through JPEGMini, I'm saving 3.5 megabytes from this image. So I'm going to export with JPEGMini. I'm going to choose the downloads for now and hit save. And already, it's saved and optimized in my downloads folder. Let me pull it up for you. And here it is. This image is 324 kilobytes, and it's been put through JPEGMini Pro. And what's really nice is I can go ahead and I can open JPEGMini Pro. I can drag that in here, and it won't optimize it. It skips it because it's already been done. You can see that it's part of the workflow. It is seamless. It's actually faster for me to just hit this button and choose where I want it to go than it is for me to go to File, Export, Export As, choose JPEG, choose my settings. It's done in basically 2 clicks. Export with JPEGMini, and where do you want it to save? From there, I can upload to my website, to a post, a page, to a gallery, whatever I want to do. Thanks to JPEGMini, it's fast. Now, if you want to check out JPEGMini, it's available in the App Store for Mac. If you want to check out JPEGMini Pro, then use the coupon code ScottWyden. If you do not know how to spell Wyden, look it up on the Imagely website, because this coupon code is only for people who really want it. I'm not going to put it in text, but it's a really nice discount for my friends at JPEGMini. So please check it out and include it in your workflow, because there's no reason for you to use a WordPress plugin for something that really should be done offline. Thanks for watching.